Good morning. I'm back with another Tess Talk. We had a little monkey wrench thrown in our plan, ladies and gentlemen, but we're back recording on this beautiful Thursday morning. It's actually Zoo Day at the Houston Zoo at Houston Live. Oh, I just can't wait. That's going to be very fun, actually. We have to get there a little earlier than usual, but that's okay. I am going to my notes right now so we can talk about everything. Oh, I've been consuming more content than usual. I watched a couple movies. One was a documentary. Okay, well, I watched a documentary and a couple movies. Inside the manosphere, they should have just named that The Secret Life of Douchebags because, whoa, like these red pill guys are on one. I mean, I say that as I am lying down in my bed. We didn't make it to the couch today, okay? We just said, we need to record a Tess Talks. Why don't we do it live from the bed? So yeah, we watched The Manosphere with Louis Theroux, who is he's the same guy who had that viral sound on TikTok. My money don't jingle jangle, it folds. I became a fan of his, but he's hanging around with all these influencers that sell like how to get rich, how to invest your money, but also women are the worst thing. They all have mommy issues. They all cheat on their girlfriends. They all want multiple wives. Like, it's so weird. It's so weird. And one guy brings like influencers on his show and then degrades them. Another guy brings OnlyFans models on his show. He links their OnlyFans models, but he thinks they're disgusting, supposedly. And then, it was just wild. It was wild. I do recommend watching it because they were so close. They were so close to making a point. They were, and that's the other thing, like little boys would swarm these guys if they were in the streets and they were like, yeah, gay people are dumb and F bitches. Like, it was just crazy. But then, there was some guys in Miami that were like, yeah, like as a man, you need to lock in, you need to do what you have to do. Like, no one's going to feel sorry for me. I have to take care of my people. And I was like, okay, so they're getting the message, like a good message. Some of these young kids that are more impressionable they're going to shoot up a school one day. It was bad. So it was just interesting. It was interesting to watch that with Travis. Our flabbers were gasted. Our flabbers were actually gasted. My flabbers were gasted also when I saw this TikTok. Have you ever seen those ladies that like have dolls and they look like real life dolls and they take you through a whole day of taking care of the dolls, and they feed the dolls breakfast, they take the dolls a bath, they change their pamper, they brush their hair, then they give them lunch, and then they take them to the park. Like, they do a whole exhausting motherhood routine with their dolls. Yep, that's a thing. Doll moms. Wow. Okay. I also saw a video of this little volleyball team. So in volleyball, it's like a momentum sport. So after each play, whether it's a block or it's an ace, or if it's a kill, or if it's a really good dig, set, assist thing, if you get the point, there are different cheers. Like, there's a different cheer for an ace, and after every play, no matter what, if you win the point or not, you go to the middle and you kind of regroup and you say, okay, let's get the next one or whatever. But if you say you get an ace, like for example, in high school, ours was so annoying. It'd be like, oh, well, actually, there were two. So when I was on JV, it was like, ace. And you would all just come to the middle and like clap hands. And that was very simple. And then on varsity, it was like, ace, 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 which is very silly. But that's what we would do after an ace. And, and after a kill, we'd go, kill, reload. Or we would just crank our arms and go, reload, like we're going to do it again. Okay. And so there's all kinds of silly little cheers, but they're fun and it's community with your girls. Some are objectionably heinous, some are objectionably very funny. And I saw one on TikTok, and these were like middle schoolers. So when one of their little friends got an ace, they went to the middle and they go, "Fresh brisket on the board." Yo, why? I love that for 1,000 reasons. It's so Texas. And in case you are living under a rock, you know that's what they say at Buc-ee's, right? When you stop at Buc-ee's for a road trip and they bring in more meat to chop up for the chopped beef sandwiches or brisket sandwiches, they say, "Fresh brisket on the board." It's like little things that little businesses do too. Maybe the outfits they wear at In-N-Out. Maybe when someone walks in, "Hey, welcome," or whatever. "Welcome to Sonic." I don't know. But dang, that was so funny. I never thought to say, like, take a business saying and do it for your team. Like, that is it was so good. It was so good. Okay, so that was very funny. Also, last Friday, I think I recorded my last podcast on Friday. It's now Thursday, so it's kind of been a while. But last Friday we had such a busy day. I mean, I've just had busy weeks, which is why I haven't been able to record. But other John, his two girls, Ellie and Grace, other John's friend, now our friend, Josh Pratt, and his daughter Lyra, they all went to Houston Life Studio B on a Friday, and they came and they showed up wearing Houston Life shirts, and it had our faces on the back. And it was awesome. It was so fun. And we had like trampoline fitness that day. We had pop culture con that day. So there were some celebrities in the building, all kinds of people through. So it was a very busy day for them to see. And I like when people go on a show that's like a packed house. They see how we do things behind the scenes. So that was really cool to host them there. We did that trampoline fitness with Motive Fitness Gym. The trainer's name was Allison Brookby, and she was so inspiring. Breast cancer survivor, mom of two, looks great. Just, got our blood moving that day. And man, the segment's only like 6 minutes long. I was feeling it. And I need to get back on my weights too, because this past week I haven't been lifting that much weight. So I have gone golfing. We did golf yesterday, and then we golfed in Corpus. So after the show on Friday, I got on a plane and I went to Corpus and I had dinner with my family. We had crawfish, and then we did order some Gulf oysters, which now that I have been out to Matagorda Bay and had the Matagorda Pearl with Oyster Brothers, I'm judging all the other oysters. I don't like the shape of the shells. I just want something cultivated and delicious. Okay, I've turned into a full-on oyster snob. And I'm not saying give me blue points from the East Coast. I'm saying go into this backyard called the Gulf of Mexico. Go into the Matagorda Bay and please get me my oysters. Thank you. Please and thank you. I can't wait to edit and work on that story when I get some time this coming up week. That is my main goal. And so we had the oysters there. We had crawfish. We ordered a couple pounds, and my mom does this thing where she doesn't really eat a lot. Like, she'll order and then she's like, "Can I just get a to-go box?" She doesn't eat a lot, but she had ordered, I think, just two or 3 pounds of crawfish, and she was peeling it. And the baby, oh my God, Sophia was going ham. I mean, Sophia might be from Louisiana. She might be a little bayou baby. She was destroying the crawfish. My mom couldn't peel them fast enough. It was so good. It was so funny. I got to do Sophia's hair like 3 times, which for me is like a ritual. Like, oh, I get to do my niece's hair. I do the space buns, which is just like a part down the middle and then 2 little buns on the side. But I also do a lot of clips, a lot of flower clips, a lot of barrettes, flower barrettes, a lot of butterfly things, a lot of colors, a lot of bows. So that was a moment for me. Then we went out then Travis got there the next morning. And where did he meet us? Oh, he met us at breakfast. And my brother gave up drinking for Lent. But his fiancée, Savannah, did not. And we totally drank mimosas with breakfast at Bien Marit. And apparently people in Corpus were mad at Bien Marie because President Trump did pay a visit to Corpus Christi. Now, yes, the world is falling apart, but if the president showed up at your place of business and was like, I need 1,000 croissants, surely you would put that order in, right? That's like a life-changing day of business, right? Well, not life-changing. A lot of people were mad at Bien Marie. So it wasn't as packed as usual, which is great, which was actually great for us. So we had some mimosas, and then Travis pulled up, and he had already eaten at Bucky's Fresh Brisket on the board. So I just took my leftovers to go. And then, listen, okay, so at dinner the previous night, my mom, like, she didn't want to eat. She had already had one sip of a martini, and she just said, I'm tired. I don't want to stay here with you guys. I guess that's what she thought. She called her boyfriend Arnold to pick her up. So me, my sister, my brother, Savannah, and the baby, we all just stayed there. So then, she goes home early, and the baby had a rough night. The baby is not a good sleeper. Sophia's not a good sleeper. She'll wake up and she'll be like, yogurt, or I want to play, and we're like, no, go back to sleep. It's 1 a.m. She pulled that, and I was actually pretty tired. And then Allison had massages in the morning. So I had the baby from the time she woke up at like 6:30, and then Allison came at 10:30 and was like, hey, I'm going to take her to her dad's. And I was like, yeah, go ahead and do that, because I knew we were going to have the whole day and then I could pick her up the next morning. But I wanted to get some time in with Georgie. So my mom rocks up to Bien Marie. She has all of our locations. We're like, we didn't invite you, and we're just about to leave. So that was weird. I don't know why she did that. And then we went to play golf. There's like a par 3 course. It's like a 9-hole par 3 course at Gabe Lozano. I didn't bring my clubs, but Savannah has new ones, and they're girl clubs. So I just shared those with her, and hers are awesome. Made me want to buy a whole new set. She said they're about as expensive as mine. I got my set for about $220 at Academy like 2 years ago. But now that I'm in the sport, of course I want the $500 driver, the $500 putter. I can't believe I've been sucked into this, and I get it. I always thought, oh, golf, that's weird. Why are guys spending so much money and time out there? Well, I get it. I've got the bug. So I used her clubs. Man, my brother beat us. I think they beat us by a stroke. My brother was like the captain of the golf team in high school, okay? He didn't play in college, but I have to remind Travis of that when we are very hard on ourselves, because we are very competitive. Speaking of Corpus, now is a good time to tell you that J. Barrera Law is a sponsor of this podcast. jbarreralaw.com is where you can go and get your legal advice if you've been personally injured, if you get into an accident the way I did the night before I interviewed for the Rod Ryan show. You can call them at 713-295-1182. They do have many clients in Houston, but we are trying to expand that footprint. It also makes me look very good if you give them a call. 713-295-1182. Say, hey, Tessa Barrera from Tess Talks told me to call you because I had a legal question, because I've been personally injured, because I just wanted to say hello. And that is all good. So we do the golf, and then we do pickleball. There's this new place in Calallen called Dink and Drink, and they've got outside courts and they've got inside courts. I was very happy that Savannah booked an inside court because it was so windy. It's been so windy. The wind affected the golf games too. We went in there. We had a ton of fun. Let's see. Did anything funny happen? Oh, my sister showed up with her new little boyfriend who we haven't met. And he was actually lovely. He was actually a really nice guy. But they sucked at pickleball. They were not good. So it was like, okay, well, thanks for coming. Please watch from the sideline and learn how to play. We did let them play 2 games. But that's okay. So I have a question. So if you're out with your family and not everyone's on the same level, but you're all very competitive, do you split the teams up? That way they're a little more even and you can teach them? Or do you put them on the same team and destroy them? That way they can know how it feels and in what ways they need to get better. We did both. We actually did both. But I'm just wondering what's the best technique. We did both twice. And I think they will get better. You just have to lock in sometimes, guys. You have to lock in. And is it fun being a 40-year-old woman and beating 20-year-olds at athletic things? Yes, it is. It is quite fun. Then we played pickleball till about 11 p.m. was very nice. Oh, and by the way, the bar had some great drinks. My brother wasn't drinking. They had some non-alcoholic beers for him. That was cool. Before we went there, we did eat at Nico's, which is a steakhouse in Corpus Christi. It's always kind of been a go-to place. They have a good bar. I like to sit at the bar because they have basketball on. I'm really excited about March Madness, watching the Cougs in there. And the Cougs were playing, I think they were playing Arizona. And I don't think it was a play-in game yet. I don't think it was for March Madness yet. But it did not look like they were winning. And I don't think they won that game. Dinner was great. I think their steak chili is the best thing on the menu. They also specialize in steaks. I had a steak salad. I didn't finish it all because we were going straight to pickleball. And I don't like to be very full and moving around. When I'm really full, I like to go to sleep. And I know that's not good for you, but man, I get really good sleep. I'm not one of these people who wake up and my stomach hurts. It's like I sleep through the night because I'm not hungry and I'm very satiated. So we played pickleball till 11 p.m. The plan was to go to church at 10 a.m. Well, I woke up because my brother has 2 dogs and Luna, I could hear her stirring in her kennel. So I woke up at about 7 and I let her out, played some fetch with her, but then I went back to bed. I said, let me get 1 more hour of sleep. Well, I thought I set my alarm. I must have set it wrong or didn't do the last finalization of the alarm on my phone because you ever wake up and you're like, nope, I know I've gotten too much sleep. I can feel it. I'm way too well rested for the time that it should be. That's how I felt. Looked at my phone. It was 9:53. I looked at, and then my group chat was going off. George was going to pick up my mom and my sister and my brother. And I'm like, hey, what about us? And Georgie was like, I knocked on your door and said we're going to church. He must have done the softest little, Tess, we're going to church. And then just left because I didn't hear him. And you know what? I'm really bummed that I missed out on church because it is my Lenten promise to go on Sundays. But Travis, he doesn't know any of the prayers. It's weird to him. And he was going to go. But he didn't bring any clothes. He had to borrow clothes from my brother. It was just a whole thing. I said, babe, let's just get packed up. We'll go pick up Sophia and then we'll be there in time for breakfast. We'll meet everyone for breakfast. So that's what we did. We packed up, got all of our stuff to get ready to hit the road. Went and got Sophia in my sister's car because she has the car seat. And when we pulled up in my sister's car to go get the baby from her dad, she was like, hey, that's mama's car. Mama's car? Mama's car. Travis, that's mama's car. It was very funny. And then we went to my favorite Mexican restaurant, guys. Jalisco's on Horn is the GOAT of Mexican food. I know it's in a little bit of a sketch area. Your car is going to be fine. You'll be fine. There's windows everywhere. You'll be able to see your car, get the most delicious Mexican breakfast. We got menudo, we got shrimp cocktail, we got carne asada plates. I got a little caldito. My brothers got a carne guisada taco plate. It was just so freaking good. The baby eats her little rice and beans and her carne guisada. It was so, so cute. She sat right next to Travis and she was giving him hugs. And when he went to the restroom, she was like, where's Travis? Where's Travis? It's he went potty, Sophia. Oh, okay. Is he going to eat his papa? He's going to eat his papa? Papa is food, guys. It's food. And then Travis would come back and she'd go, Travis, did you go potty? It was so cute. It was so funny. So then after that, everyone was so full, but my brother wanted to go to the ranch. So Allison, the baby, my mom, and JoJo stayed behind. They were all knocked out. They like me. I would have done that too, but we had to kind of get on the road. And my brother's ranch is about an hour in the right direction coming back towards Houston. So to stop there is actually quite nice. We stopped there. One of his cows had gotten out of the pen and we had to wrangle it. We had to wrangle this dang cow. Me, Travis, Savannah, Georgie was in a 4-wheeler and we had to get it in. But I was the one on the gate, guys. And I was like, please don't charge me. Please don't charge me. Please don't charge me. But it went in the pen and we did it. That was the first thing that's nothing felt good. Nothing felt better. Nothing feels better than when you get your animal where it should be so it can graze. All of my brother's cows are pregnant. One had their baby, but their little tags say the month that they're going to give birth. And so one's due in July, one's due in September. It's just so freaking cute. So that's like my little brother's agricultural project. We saw the beautiful cows. Then we went down to the creek and we were just catching, releasing these little, I don't know, these little baby fish that go there. I need to look up what the fish we were catching. There are some gar in there. I think Travis had one hooked up, but it got off right before he pulled it up. And it was just so relaxing and so fun. We had Modelo lime. I had a couple Modelo lime. I had some really spicy beef jerky. It was just so peaceful and so nice. We also went to the Trade Center. I don't know if we went on Sunday. We must have gone on Saturday. We went to the Trade Center. My brother has a jeweler there. His name is George. And I've been wanting this little tennis bracelet. And my contract for KPRC is up soon. And this tennis bracelet would have been a splurge. I mean, I think the sticker price was like $3,000, right? Because it's just like little baby diamonds. And I thought, well, let me get it. Let me get that and like put some good juju out there because I know they're going to give me this big raise. So, I mean, spoiler alert, they didn't. They're not going to. So you heard it here first, guys. I do not think that we're going to get this contract settled. I don't think it's going to happen. I'm pretty disappointed, but once it's all finalized, once the dust is settled, I will go into a deeper talk about that. Okay. I promise I'll give you the chisme. So we're at the ranch, right? That's where we were. That's where we left off. We're at the ranch. You can sit it on top of the side by side. So me and Travis were just up there as the sun was going down, and it was just so beautiful. And of course, I think about my dad, who would have loved it out there. And life is just so beautiful. My brother showed me the pavilion they're building because they're going to get married out there on the ranch. And I saw some little blue bonnets around it, little babies that are already popping up. So I thought that was a cute little omen, good little sign. And it was just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Sunday. Now, when I usually come back to work on a Monday, I usually just get what I have to get done. And I try to come back home, do the sauna, get in a routine, clean up, unpack. You know, we have all this stuff to do. But last week, Lauren Kelly had been reached out to by Toca Madera. Toca Madera is a like fine dining, elevated Mexican food. Okay. And it was me, Travis, Lauren Kelly, her husband, Gabe, Giovanna, and her husband, Danny. And we all went, and it is so cute outside. You know you're in for a treat. You walk in. They didn't have they didn't have the whole restaurant open because I think, it's Monday. Like, I don't know if a lot of people do this on a Monday. That's more, I feel, Toca Madera to me is more like a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But they had this like rodeo menu. One of the drinks was called a reverse cowgirl. I was like, oh, I'm getting that. It was like a lychee drink with tequila, but it came with like a lychee skewer, and the lychee had like a little cowboy hat on it. But the drink itself was very good. I had two. I did add some sparkling water to it because I like a little bit of a bubble. We had that. And then we split the tomahawk. We all split the prawns, the tomahawk. We had oysters. We had Wagyu tacos. Delicious top to bottom. They do like this like fire show with the tomahawk, which was awesome. They brought us shots on fire that were delicious. And then they brought us a dessert like platter of butter cake, tiramisu, and one other thing. Oh my gosh. And then they brought us like little port wines. They were delicious, guys. 10 out of 10. It is not cheap. Get ready to spend. Get ready to splurge. But it was so, so, so good. Oh my gosh. 11 out of 10. I still need to message the GM because he came out and he told us hi. I need to message him and just thank him for that experience. It was very, very fun. St. Patrick's Day was this week. I have two best friends that are born on St. Patrick's Day. My friend Kayla from Flower Bluff. Bluff Rats represent. So many spring breaks. So many great memories with my friend Kayla. And that's her birthday. And then that is also my friend Brittany's birthday. Brittany Fowler. Texas A&M Corpus Christi Islander point guard. firefighter extraordinaire, all around badass. No, Brittany's an actual very influential person for me in my younger days. So Brittany was the person who taught me, like, hey, once practice is over, why don't we stay and like shoot some free throws? Why don't we stay and work on our dribbles? Why don't we stay and run some sprints and work on our cardio? Why don't we go to the YMCA afterwards and do some weights? Like, she really taught me about putting in extra work and extra effort. And for that, I am forever grateful for that young lady. And we don't hang out. She has a family down in Corpus. But I hold her in the highest regard. And she is my St. Patrick's Day special girl. I love her so, so, so much. Maybe she'll be listening to this. That'll be great. Speaking of influential people, we got to interview June Rodil. She is a co-owner of a couple of restaurants here in Houston. If you've ever been to Montrose Cheese and Wine, Rosie Cannonball, the Marigold Club, March, she has her hand in all of those businesses in those restaurants. And speaking of fine dining experiences, I mean, the Marigold Club is like at the top of my list to go to their golden hour, happy hour. That is on the top of things I need to do here soon. So talk to June. And as you guys know, I'm in my contract negotiation, right? I've asked for what I think is a very reasonable raise. And I am talking to her. No one knows this. No one knows this. But I sit down to interview her. And she's clearly a strong, successful, smart, funny woman. She's master sommelier. There's only 29 in the Americas. And there was a part of the interview. Oh, she's an immigrant, by the way. Her mom, just a fierce badass. And I'm asking her about what would you want women to know, like, when it comes to business. And she goes, know your worth. Know your worth, and then ask for more. Ask for more. Whatever the biggest thing you can think of, ask for more. It made me feel better because there's a part of me that thinks, am I just being selfish? Am I not being a team player? But for all the energy and for all of the time and effort that I give, I know I'm not. So that kind of gave me some peace about everything that's kind of going on behind the scenes. Also, we played a game the other day. What is your recent Google search? We played this in my girls group chat. And my top one was, what planet did the Decepticons come from? It's always like how to spell something weird. Here, let me go find it. Planet that Decepticons are from: Breathing Hard, GIF, Short Fat Guy, Breathing Hard, GIF, Rocket Schedule, How Much Are Ballet Tickets in Houston, Lakers versus Rockets, Nike Phoenix Sweatpants, International Harvester Scout, Scout Truck, Fur Oil, I Heart Careers, Houston, Texas. Yeah, that last one might need to be revisited here very soon. It was St. Patrick's Day, so I did that interview with her. But I also talked about Nell McCafferty. Nell McCafferty, who was an activist / playwright / journalist in Northern Ireland. So because Ireland has such strong ties to the Catholic Church, they have some really slow, non-progressive laws when it comes to women. And until the 1970s, women couldn't even order a pint of beer in the pub because it was considered unladylike. So Nell McCafferty went into a pub with 30 of her girlfriends. They ordered brandy, little brandies. They drank them, and then they ordered the 30 brandies, and then she also ordered a pint of beer. And they said no, they weren't going to serve her a pint of beer. And so they drank the brandies and they stiffed them on the tab. They were like, okay, well, we're not paying for these. It made the papers. It was so ridiculous that after that, pubs were like, we're not going to be embarrassed. It was almost like a prank. And then women were able to have pints. So the next time you go have pints with your girls, why not do a cheers to Nell McCafferty, a Derry girl from Northern Ireland. God, I love that accent. I wish I weren't so bad at it. Okay. Cheech Marin was in Houston for the Latino Film Festival, which is going on this weekend. American Pachuco, I believe, is the Q&A, is the film that he will be doing Q&A questions on. And it is about, God, I forget his first name, but it's something Valdez. And he's the director of all of the Mexican movies. So any story that's Mexican and been told on film, it's this dude, okay? And Very important piece. It's done well at Sundance. I believe it's done well at Cannes. Is it Cannes? Cannes Film Festival. So those are on my to watch list now. We did watch Begonia, which was an Oscars nominee. See, I like when the Oscars come out, not to watch them because it tells me all the movies that like maybe I watch. And I did watch Sinners, great movie. I haven't seen Marty Supreme. I have seen, what are the other ones? I've seen quite a bit on the list, but I just can't think of them right now, guys. I am actually still laying in bed, and I'm glad I did this because now I know that it's actually time to get up. FYI, there is a women's professional soccer game in Houston this weekend. I finally got to air my Avery Patterson chat yesterday. We're going to the Dash game. It's at 3 p.m. on Saturday. Get loud. Wear your stuff. Get your Avery Patterson tickets online. They're only $15, and I will see you there. And then we're going to Kojo on Sunday. I still need to find 2 extra tickets. We only have 2 tickets, and there's 4 of us. So how about that for a little conundrum? It's all right. Everything's going to work out. I know that. I feel that. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Tess Talks, and please have your friends, your family, everyone subscribe. It's now more than ever is important. All right. Love y'all. Tea out. Bye.